testing, 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 testing.
Is it okay if it's near the other mic? I mean, what happens? Do you, when I'm at the lectern, I'll use that. Oh, maybe.
How long did it take you guys? I was playing 6 shows. Lost words.
Almost more people in the music pit than
Good morning, and welcome to this contemplative gathering at Hartwell. I'm Sarah Louise Ricketts, and I'm going to lead this today. I haven't done it for a while, and the added complication is that the prompter screen's not working, so I'm going to use the mic and read from the screens when I have to do readings, because I didn't actually print everything out, which is, didn't know. So, welcome, and I'll start with our acknowledgement of country. As we start today, I would like to acknowledge the Aboriginal owners of the land on which we are meeting today, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. Today we do church on land that was stolen and never ceded. As a people seeking to live fully in the love of God and with love for others, we want Hartwell to be a life-affirming place, regardless of gender, sexuality, family background, race, economic situation, where you have come from, what abilities you have, your spiritual path, tradition, and ethical conviction. You are all welcome here, and we want you to feel safe here. And we extend that to anyone who is watching online, and welcome all of our followers online. This cold morning, may your hearts be warm. And we'll start with a chant, "The Lord is my light."
Thank you.
Thank you. So this is the first in what should be, hopefully, a series of 6 meditations on creation, which is based on and uses extensively some material that Merrill shared with us from a retreat called Earth Have Mercy, which are rituals for creation, lament and renewal in an era of extinction. And they draw extensively on this book, which is called Meditations on Creation in an Era of Extinction. And it's wonderful. I ordered it, and I'm very glad I did, and it arrived this week. So only a little bit was used to prepare this, but I can recommend it from what I've seen in it. It's very dense, but also very beautifully written. So it's a joy to actually just step onto any page and read it, isn't it? Gorgeous thing. So the people who created Earth Have Mercy, I really give credit where credit's due. So this is a book by Kate Rigby, and these people's name, oh my God, I've lost it. Margie Abbott, and who calls herself, a ritual weaver, which means that she weaves together the elements that make up a ritual from all different manner of places and times and spaces and stuff like that. And the other person who helped her do this is, and I can't find it, she's got a great name. She has. I can't remember what it is. I'm terribly sorry. I don't know. Anyway, so, and I also use some, again, a blessing from Glenn Hardy, and also a little bit from the Eco Bible, which I also love this book incredibly. The bits it has to say for all of the verses that are in Genesis 1 to 5, which is our reading and what constitutes the first day, and hence Let There Be Light is the title of this session. They're just beautiful. So I'm going to read one of those to you at the end as well. Off we go. So this is from Margie. Invitation. These rituals are offered as companions. They are not instructions, but seeds, to be planted, adapted, and lived in community, in solitude, in grief, in wonder. May they nourish your breath, quicken your gratitude, and help you rest in the mercy of earth. The waters, the soils, and the creatures who sustain me here, I give thanks for their presence, and I pledge to walk with care. Let this be more than words. Let this be an orientation of heart and body every time you enter ritual space. And her introduction. These rituals have been woven out of grief and wonder, lament and gratitude. They arise from the deep intuition that in this era of ecological crisis, we need not only knowledge, but practices that bring us back into relationships with a 3.8 billion year history where earth, sky, waters and creatures come from the first flaring forth, and the stars and galaxies are our ancestors. I call myself a spiritual weaver, not because I hold all the answers, but because I believe ritual can thread us back into belonging. These offerings are drawn from scripture, from the wisdom of poets and prophets, from Meditations on Creation in an Era of Extinction by Kate Rigby, and from the cries and songs of earth itself. You will find here no rigid formulas. Rather, these rituals are invitations to breathe, to lament, to give thanks, and to remember our kinship with all that is. Some are simple enough for one person alone, others are meant to be shared in community. All can be adapted for the land where you stand. My hope is that you move through these pages and you will feel less alone, more entangled, and more in tuned to the mercy that sustains life. We move to the next slide. No? And then
Reading Genesis 1 to 5. When God had begun to create the earths and the heavens, the earth was complete chaos, and darkness covered the face of the deep, while a wind from God swept over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day.
would you like to light the Christ candle? So we'll begin with our first meditation, which is a breath practice. Be still, take a breath, let it vibrate in your depths. Be still, take another, imagine it is your first, the breath that began to open up your world, the breath through which you partake in the primordial breath, the breath which hovers on the watery deep and birthed the world in the beginning. So take a little time and just feel comfortable where you are, and take some time to reflect on light reaching a leaf. And I've given you my favourite leaf picture to look at so that you can look at the light falling on that leaf. This comes from last year. It became sort of a symbol of spring and stuff for 2025. So if you look at this leaf, breathe in the sight of the light on the leaf, and breathe out your contemplative moment of stillness. Allow the breath to guide your attention inward and outward, toward your body, toward the photosynthesis of all things, toward the great entangled generosity of the sun. I will sit for a few minutes later. We'll move on now to our second meditation. Before we do that, I think maybe roll your shoulders a little bit and shake your hands, shake your feet, get up if you feel like getting up. Just come back to your bodies. We're now going to do an embodied practice. And you're going to choose what you do. We've got pencils and paper, we've got rocks and pencils and stuff. But what happened to the jug of water? Didn't that ever actually come? Oh, it doesn't matter. Sorry? Okay, and the bowl of rocks. The invitation will be to listen, and there is going to be, the practice will be reflecting on a photon of light, the smallest part that we know of light, coming to the earth and how long that takes to get here, which is 8 minutes and 20 seconds, which is staggering really. Gives you an idea of how fast light is. That will play, we'll have a graphic of that. But whilst that's going on, because you can sit here for 8 minutes and 20 seconds and really feel like it if you want to, but I reckon most people will not want to sit that long. So do what you need to do to sustain yourself and do whatever you want to do with the time. You might want to record this paper, you might want to draw something or record something you thought of in the first meditation, or even anything else that's coming to your mind, or make a little something. There are colouring pencils as well. So this is an open invitation to do really whatever you'd like. And I'm going to just bother you with a bit of chat beforehand. So, what have we got next? What's next on there, Bo? Yeah, okay. The sun is the largest, most massive object in the solar system, and it is the primary source of light for all the planets. Every day we feel the warmth of the sun's light, and without it, life on Earth would not exist. Interestingly, light from the sun does not reach our planet instantaneously. Rather, since the speed of light is finite and the sun is located about 150 million kilometres away, and I edited that so it doesn't say the same words, it takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds for light from the sun to reach the Earth. 8 minutes of anticipation, 8 minutes of darkness, bearing the memory of radiance. Bo, please go on to the next to play the video. I don't know if you heard me. Anyway. I'm sorry, everyone at home, whilst we get the video going, oh, here it is. You could also draw or do whatever you want to do. Thank you. the Hebrew Scriptures, we learn another expressly female member of the heavenly realm who was and remains at work in creation. Chokhmah, wisdom, better known from the Greek as Sophia, declares in Proverbs 8:22-31. The Lord created me at the beginning of his work, the first of his acts of long ago. Ages ago I was set up, and at first before the beginning of the earth. When there were no I was brought forth, when there were no springs abounding with water, before the mountains had been shaped, before the hills, I was brought forth. When he had not yet made the earth and the fields, or the world's first bits of soil. When he established the heavens, I was there. When he drew a circle on the face of the deep, when he made firm the skies above, when he established the fountains of the deep, when he assigned to the sea its limit, so that the waters might not transgress his command, when he marked out the foundations of the earth, then I was beside him like a master worker, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing before him always, rejoicing in his inhabited world, and delighting in the human race. Similarly, in the wisdom of Solomon, we are told that Chokhmah pervades and penetrates all things. She embraces one end of the earth to the other, and she orders all things well. As contemplative and interfaith teacher, Rabbi Rami Shapiro reads this biblical testimony to the role of Sophia in creation. Chokhmah was not simply the first of God's creations. She was the means through which all others came forth. She is the ordinary principle of creation. What you see when you see her is an analogous to seeing the burning wood, the current of wind and oceans, the laws of nature, both the macrocosmic and the microcosmic. She is the way things are. In consort with Chokhmah, while lovingly brooding on the watery deep, the first thing Elohim is said to have summoned forth and through the divine word was like. What are we to make of this light? That is not yet the light of the sun, moon, or stars, but some primordial other light, a light that does not conquer the darkness, but comes graciously to alternate with it, pulsing rhythmically, each separated from, yet also linked with, the other through times of transition. The morning, as Philo puts it so beautifully, gently restraining the darkness, anticipate with the sunrise, with the glad tidings of its approach, while evening, supervening upon sunset, gives a gentle welcome to the oncoming mass of darkness. So, our light has made its journey to Earth, and we've experienced its journey in time, although we can't physically experience it except when it arrives. It's lovely that, quite fortuitously, today is an incredibly light and bright morning. It's as though we're wrapped in what we're engaging with, or intentionally engaging with and thinking of. So, how did that feel? Okay. Did anyone want to share anything? No?
It feels generous.
Generous. Well, the sun's quite a profligate being, really, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you. We'll have a reading now from Rosemary. Poem.
Poetic Witness, Trevor Parton. I walked in the mists of a foggy Mungo morning on the sandhills of an ancient empty lake, waiting for the sun to rise. For surely it did, if unseen. I mean, waiting for the earth to roll over in its awakening from sleep. We danced in sacred circles, singing as all creation does each dawning day. For that is what we are, that is what we do best, dance and sing ourselves into a glorious golden rising day.
We're going to sing in preparation for communion. Feed us now. the simplest of communions. We take bread and we eat it together. We take wine and we drink together as one in the body of Christ. We'll have a time of communal prayer now, and we're going to use a version of a very familiar prayer that Kate Rigby concludes her book with. It starts simply, "O Holy," and we'll pray as one. We'll move on to our final meditation, which is short. It's a reflection on gratitude. Gratitude for the generosity which surrounds us each and every day. We don't realise it most of the time. And close your eyes. Feel the warmth on your face. Imagine the light that just touched your cheek left the sun 8 minutes ago, and give thanks for this sacred delay. Give gratitude for light, gratitude for photons, gratitude for the sun, gratitude for your breath. As we move out of the ritual space and into the ending part of the service, for just a few moments I'd like you to consider what surprised you today, if anything. And ask, what will you take with you? And what you might leave. Was anyone surprised? Would you like to share?
I was surprised by, sorry, I had a day at the zoo through the week with my little Tassie family, and it came to me that I need to be around animals. I've sort of always loved animals, but I need to be around animals, so I've got to work out how to do that, how to get that into the rhythms of my life without actually owning a pet. Don't want to own a pet. Sorry?
Is that reinstilled today?
No, it came. It came today. That was today.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I've been addicted to Bondi Vet, and I've worked out it's all about being near animals.
Beautiful.
And feeling part of everything that the sun touches. That was what came in with that.
Yeah, feeling part of everything that the sun touches. It's lovely. Anyone else?
Not surprising, but I was thinking about how early worship was about the sun and why that was, because it was such a vital. Without sun, there was no warmth, there was no food, there was no anything. So, yeah.
Probably was praying that it'd come back the next day. Anyone else? Hmm? And winter.
Solstice and stuff.
John?
I loved that reflection around the sun, and excuse me, and the generosity of the sun, and it just keeps giving to not only to us but the whole of the universe and beyond, I guess. But I think the challenge for me today was with doing the art thing, and you know I do art in a certain way, and so the surprise thing for me today was just do something different, will you? Do something different. So yeah, that was good.
Thank you.
I sort of had to rethink what I thought about creation. I get where creation came from today, but I have another idea of creation that we create every day, our environment and where we live and what we see. Yeah.
What came to mind for me was just the vastness of the universe and that ray of light that hits. You know, it keeps going on everywhere, infinitely. So it's not finite. There's a vastness to it of the universe.
It probably is finite, but it's not going to worry us. Well, the earth and the sun will be, but not in our lifetimes or anything like it. Yeah. Paul? Okay. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. It's lovely. I'll go back to the lecture. actually, I should tell you what I was surprised about. In preparing for this, I watched lots and lots of things about the beginning of the universe. You know, what's his name? Brian Cox, and a whole bunch of things like that. And I was surprised that this isn't saying that they're in any way alike, but, or, you know, not scientific. But in this, when you read, the close reading of this is that in the beginning, there's everything, but the light is not generated by a sun. It's some other sort of light that's embodied or whatever in whatever's there. And because then I watched Brian Cox talking about, you know, like 2 seconds after the Big Bang, no suns. It's just all dark and very, very hot as it moves out. So I thought that's the same sort of thing. There's no fusion. There's no light until there's fusion of stars produce fusion, which is some time later than that. So that's also, to me, that was a surprise, and it's also, I don't know, so for some reason that gives me a really nice feeling. And here's another thing that gives me a really nice feeling, which is a blessing by Glyn Cardy. Blessed be sunlight through green leaves. Blessed be sunlight through green leaves, dappled radiance, filtered glory, time to pause, look and wonder. Mike. Oh, I've got it. Blessed be the smell of a warming drink, afternoon incense, tonic for the weary, time to inhale, sip and ponder. Blessed be the lure of a good book, massaging the mind, catching the novel. Take time to let the mind meander. Blessed be the slow time needed for wondering, pondering and meandering, a sacred holy watch. Amen. I'm going to sing a third song, Within Our Darkest Night. have a little announcement. We could have the next slide, please. My favourite magazine's coming to Australia, and in September, the end of September, they're going to be at series for a 2-day workshop. It's very small time. I just took this off their website. Is it the 28th and 29th? 26th and 27th of September. 2-day workshop. It's $150 to $250 depending on your, what you can afford. And I think they will do less than that if you can't afford it. And you get a copy of this book, which I'd already bought, Remembering Earth. That's the workshop is on Remembering Earth. So it falls very in line with this and with most of my thoughts. So I hope somebody else will be able to come. And does anybody else have an announcement? Any announcements?
Thanks. I just noticed the venue was Ceres, the park in Brunswick. Brunswick's one of my old haunts for many years. So anyway, it just jogged my memory. I'm just letting you know that there will be information coming out this week about the strategic planning piece, our strategic pathways work. So I'm just finalising the details with the leadership team and with others. Just Jocelyn, Andy and I have been wrestling with this and the process and how we're going to approach it. It's taken us quite some time, but I think the timing is right now, or the time is ripe with a P, and I think it's, so there'll be information coming out this week. And what I would say is there is a group heading off north in August, and what I'm hoping to do is to accommodate our first conversation probably twice in August, and one with very short notice to accommodate the needs of that group heading up and wanting to create an opportunity for that group to be a part of the conversation as well. So there might be very short notice catch up on the first Sunday in August. So just giving you a warning, but information will come out this week and you'll see it through the well and other forms of communication. Thanks.
Thank you, everybody. And if you'd like a copy of the video without my voiceover, which I generated with Gemini, I'm happy to share it. And thank you. And thank you for coming today and for being part of this and participating, and your generosity, everyone. Thank you. Go to Emergence's website and look for all